what happened. I mean, we started off when I was 15 in a skiffle band, and then doing a rock band, and then doing, you know, blues. We did the whole thing, exactly the same stuff that everyone else did. You know, we played in the same gigs as the Stones and the Faces and the, not the Faces, the English Birds that Ronnie Wood's band was in, and various bands like that, John Mayall and all that. We all played in the same kind of gigs, you know. Cyril Davis and Alexis Corner, who eventually ended up managing us for a while. And some bands stuck with the blues because it was nice and easy, and there was more and more material creeping in from America, you know, so that they had a growing repertoire, albeit of other people's songs. And I think that what happened to us, as soon as the Beatles came out, we didn't want to do the blues in that way anymore because it wasn't satisfying creatively. We suddenly recognised that we could write songs like that, and everybody did as well. I mean, bands like the Quo, we used to play with the Quo on the Birmingham circuit, and we beat them at football regularly in the car parks. And that, I mean, as soon as the Beatles came out with anything that would now be called psychedelia, I suppose kind of from Rubber Soul onwards, really, Revolver and that, the Quo went and did pictures of Matchstick Men and stuff like that, you know. And that's when we started writing slightly more psychedelic stuff. And then we went to Spain. The band split up because the management collapsed or something. I can't remember what happened. Then when we came back from Spain, we went to Spain as a rock and roll band, really, doing kind of Stones covers and stuff like that. And we did a few of our own songs, but not many.
And you had some chat success over there as well.
Oh yeah, but only doing covers. We did Satisfaction and Get Off My Cloud and stuff like that. One of the Stevie Winwood songs, Keep On Running, and yeah, I mean, but it was easy because the Spaniards at the time were still living under Franco, and they were completely starved of any kind of Western, you know, hip, modern teenage culture. So we went out there with long hair, and all the Spanish boys weren't allowed to have long hair. You know, the Guardia Civil used to sweep them off the streets and put them in the back of a van and cut their hair off, you know. It was terrible, really. I mean, compared to how it is now, obviously.
Yeah, it must have been a huge attraction over there.
Well, God, yeah, it was amazing. Yeah, it was our little bit of Beatlemania, you know, Tomcat mania, I suppose, in a very small way. But it was great, lovely. But then when we came back, we wanted to carry on being our creative selves, so that July came out of that. But we didn't see it at that time as being kind of psychedelic. So psychedelic to us was the kind of what the Floyd started to do, and a couple of other bands like that. I can't remember the names of it. Amon Dul. They were kind of bands that would do like an all-nighter at the Roundhouse, and there would be interminable long flute solos, and you know, everybody lying on the floor stoned out their boxes, and you know, in fact we did a gig at the Roundhouse where it was an all-nighter, and I can't remember who opened it. Downliners Sect it might have been. I can't remember who opened it. No, they were bluesy. Then the Floyd went on, and then we went on, and then the Floyd was supposed to go on again for about 2 hours from like 12 till 2 in the morning or something, and then we were supposed to go on after them as well. And the management came to us after the Floyd had been on once and said, look, we're going to chuck them out. Can you do 2 sets? Because they didn't like them. And next time I see Dave Gilmour, I'm going to remind him of that. He probably won't remember. In fact, he might not have been in the band at that time. It might have been Sid Barrett in the band. I can't remember. It's too long ago. It would have been in the middle 60s, 65 probably, or 66, something like that. I don't know. But, you know, psychedelic was that long, slightly jazzy, weird, you know, what they would call minimalist, I suppose. I don't know what they would call it now. But we didn't label ourselves psychedelic. We were, I suppose, trying to be a pop band. We wanted to be, you know, a serious, like, heavy pop band, not a silly pop band. I don't know if there were silly pop bands then. I suppose the silliest of the pop bands that had happened at the time was, and we were really pissed off with them, was when the Faces did that lazy Sunday after. Wouldn't it be nice to get on with your neighbour? In fact, we did a song at the management, our management, which at the time was Spencer Davis management, said to us, we want you to write a song like the Faces Sunday Afternoon. So we wrote a thing called Hello, Who's There, which was awful. I mean, we did it because we wanted to be in the charts, you know. We weren't really into psychedelia, you know, as much as we were as trying to avoid a day job. The whole thing was to avoid a day job and to get as many girls as you could. And the psychedelic bands didn't get the sort of girls we wanted. They got these dreary hippie girls with long caftans, and we wanted, you know, the sassy girls in tight skirts and high heels was what we were after, you know. Well, that's me personally. I don't know about the rest of the band. Sorry, guys, I didn't mean to speak for you there.